If you're following the news, all the headlines about the condition of the current housing market may leave you with more questions than answers. Is the boom over? Is the market crashing? Is it correcting? Hi, my name is Tanika, Associate Broker with eXp Realty, and here's what you need to know. The housing market is moderating compared to the last 2 years, but what everyone needs to remember is that the past 2 years were record-breaking nearly every way. Record low mortgages, new buyers reaching the peak of home buying years, which led to an influx of buyer demand. And at the same time, there weren't enough homes available to purchase thanks to many years of unbuilding and sellers who held off listing their homes due to the health crisis. This combination led to a record high demand and record low supply, and that wasn't going to be sustainable for the long years. The latest data shows early signs of a shifting back to the market pace seen in the years that led up to the pandemic. Not a crash, not a correction. As Realtor.com says it, the housing market is at a turning point. We're starting to see signs of a new direction. The showing index tracks the traffic of home showings according to agents and brokers. It's a good indication of how buyer demand. Here's a look at the data going back to 2019. The 2019 numbers gives us a good baseline of pre-pandemic demand, shown in gray. And as the graph indicates, home showing skyrocket during the pandemic, showed in blue. And while current buyer demand has begun to moderate slightly based on the latest data, shown here in green, showings are still above 2019 levels. And since 2019 was the strongest year for the housing market, this helps show that the market isn't crashing. It's just a turning point that's moving us back towards pre-pandemic levels. Headlines are also talking about how existing home sales are declining. But perspective matters. Here's a look at existing home sales going all the way back to 2019 using data from the National Association of Realtors. See here in the graph. Again, a similar story emerges. The pandemic numbers, shown in blue, beat the more typical 2019 home sales, shown in gray. And according to the latest projection for 2022, shown in green, the market is on pace to close this year with more home sales than in 2019 as well. Now, it's important to compare today not to the abnormal pandemic years, but to the most recent normal years to show current housing market is still strong. First American sums it up like this. Today's housing market looks a lot like 2019 housing market, which was the strongest housing market in a decade at a time. The bottom line is, if recent headlines are generating any concern, look at the more typical years for perspective. The current market is not crashing or correcting. It is just turning towards a more typical pre-pandemic levels. Hey, reach out to me if you have any questions about the housing market, you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in real estate. I'm here to help. My name is Tanika again, the eXp Realty. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Tanika the Realtor. Have a wonderful day.